Cinder still kind of in a ninja spot.
Absol able to dive back into the safety of U-Haul, but is very isolated. The rest of the team playing away from him. Needs to get the job done himself. XDLL for 1. Absol's gone down in the meanwhile, so not the start that ZETA is looking for in this pistol so far. Time ticking away here from VARREL, who will need to get a bit of a wriggle on in a second. Suta looks like he wants to make a play out of this smoke off the defuse. The flash is good coming through as well, but it's not enough really to result in a round win just yet. The defuse again tonight, and time of real factor as Eco will get both. And
that's kind of what you need to see, right? When he last played against DFM, topping the kill feed with 64 overall.
Not bad.
And he's bringing that kind of form back into today. I mean, he was missing for the majority of the first few weeks in stage 1.
VARREL are reading this as a B hit, but the TP back over to A is going to cause some issues, and Absol sticking around on the lurk. He'll be picked up as he tries to exit by Klaus. In the end, though, ZETA have kind of beaten them to the punch over towards A. There is numbers on the way over. 17 seconds. The plan's not gone down yet. This could still get awkward, but looks to be uncontested.
Spike planted.
Oh, that's a kill onto Zexy. Now ZETA starting to surround this side. All into the smokes. They're getting spotted out. Just Klaus, who unfortunately will not be able to contend. Yeah, just enough for LP to try to hold on to the rifle for dear life. I mean, the next round, VARREL's going to be broke. It's quite possible that ZETA moves up to a 6th, unless this hero Vandal can do anything. But again, he's already spent the ult. I mean, just being able to sell an entire fake by 1 raise alone kind of tells you the state of VARREL's mind. You know, it's quite a bit of pressure on them being the, I guess, rookies to Pacific.
Yeah, I think you'd look at this and they'd be saying, you know, this is probably our best chance to win a game. This is the other weakest team in the group. We kind of need to bank that check here, and unfortunately, they got lost on the way to the bank, it would seem.
Oh, don't get too lost now. Just a check. ZETA, again, just happy to work off of that slight default-ish approach. You know, play tactically, wait to see what your opponents do, react then. You always are able to play 1-4 with XDLL of all guys still on this lurk. But look at this. VARREL's starting to push out.
Suits up. Only going to be able to get 1. It's going to be tough to do more than that on a line like that. The real issue, though, is XDL dropping. Absol needs to put some work in on the entry here, which so far, so good. He continues to look for a little bit more. Has he seen Zuna? Well, the answer is there for us now. That's going to be enough to get a spike down. You'll be aware that the players are rotating as well behind. XDL went down earlier to these two. Zexy, though, catches Eco off guard, and that smoke in hookah might start to fade. Absol, a huge whiff. It's going to mean the orbital will have to get pulled. Sugar Zero, hearing the footsteps, knows where Zexy is hiding inside the smoke, but he just gets his head deleted. He's in my build diff team, too.
I know. He's looked fine on other days, but there are always some of these games where he's just relegated to.
You know, he was so sharp. He was so sharp in the start of the round, and then
it's really slowed down to a pace where he's not, you know, going to be able to surprise his opponents.
I wonder if he gets picked up here though by Eco coming across. Looks like they do want to try to clear him out. The 2-tap eventually connecting. Sugar Zero up close and personal, but Zexy doing it all alone. Absol trying to chase him down. Oh, he's been bamboozled back and forth, and eventually Absol gets the job done, but needs more here. Has picked up a rifle. He's got the assistance of Eco. All the good it's going to do. Flash lands. Eco will be pushed away.
Placing. Much better on the attack, though, but still, they've got to play out this half. In with the Viper's Pit, but ZETA has other ideas.
Whoa, shoots over the top. Where's he going to go? Straight in onto Zexy. This is actually a nice start to the round for ZETA. They've gone straight over the pit. I mean, what does the pit matter if you can go over the top of it?
Okay, VARREL, though, starting to surround them. No flashes available, just LP, who has started to find something. Ooh, the Seekers. That's going to be very telling. Possible free kill for XDL.
Interested to see what Sugar Zero can get up to here. I feel like he's in an intriguing position, let's say. XDL also cleaning out Cinder. Flash through, catches a number of players.
One enemy remaining.
And 2 go down. XDL's position. No an LP. What a round. Where's that come from?
Innovative. I mean, yeah, jumping over the pit, that's, you know, we've seen stuff like that. Very amazing acrobatics. Really helps you break through the initial obstacles, but then that retake, even though they were kind of sussed out by those Seekers, you see that flash come in.
That's sharp.
Soon being able to
He's doing a great job. Not only the IGLing, but the fragging as well. Shoot up for a double. They line up for him. So that'll feel good if you're a ZETA supporter. Dogs getting a bit more info as well. Cinder, answers nicely. Has the crossfire there with Zuna as well. So ends up actually working out for VARREL in that minor engagement. Spike still needs to get put down, but Absol struggling to retrieve it even through the fast lane. Gets his head chopped off. Flash lands for XDLL. Slows him down a little bit. Awkward fight now, but can isolate these angles. Zuna drops. Does he expect Klaus close? Seems like the answer's no.
Klaus just waiting for the tap.
Oh, a safe plant though, if he plants. Oh, he's gonna peek in! Oh, he got so many shots off, but needed the headshot. They're happy to play retake on this one. It's an advanced position coming through for Cinder. We'll see if he can deliver with it. Unfortunately, the Dogs will put him down alongside Sugar Zero. Zuna for 2. And Klaus in there as well. The numbers remain even. Back to a 2-on-2, but the late lurk in here from XDL may make all the difference. Has to try and clear out the site.
One enemy remaining.
But now in the 1v2.
Yeah. It's going to be rough. Draws out the peak, tries to take the fight. And it's not going to happen.
A lot of vibes. But we'll see if that's going to allow them to walk away with the lead this round where they've got all the guns involved. But oh my goodness, VARREL close range with the shotguns and the bandits. But the spike has been dropped.
Spike down B.
Has Shooter. Well, he's going to have a big impact on this round. If he can get more, he's got one. That's probably more than he ought to if it was a bit of a whiffed spray to begin with. And now Sugar Zero can see if he can put together this round. It's going to take his time.
Spike.
So now that plan's gone down, he'll have to pick the pace up a little bit.
Oh, he's just down to the 1v1s. I tell you what though, his opponents,
One enemy
their shield's not quite there for Cinder.
Yeah, 1v1. Brim on Brim. Is he going to
way.
check the corner? He's not going to clear it. No way. He had all the time in the world.
Ult's online for retakes.
Yeah, this is where it has to turn around again for ZETA. I mean, they've got ultis available. Not many of them now that Sugar Zero and Shooter are out of the round.
Risky attempt at pushing out, but it's quickly met with just VARREL being ever ready.
Okay, well, freebie onto LP is nice, but you've still lost the A site completely, and you have a 4-on-3 deficit. Zuna's low. That's maybe something, and if XDL can win this duel, maybe there's a chance, I want to say. Delay util from VARREL here is really causing problems, and Klaus with the perfect timing. XDL could not win his duel either, by the way.
You have to stay on your toes.
Multiple players here, and Absol on for 2. Shooter as well, chiming in with 1. The Sheriff's doing the damage, and once again, we might be on for another thrifty here. Oh, Absol for 3. It's finished off in the blink of an eye.
Everything, but I think are just around the slight timings of it, the Sheriff shots that have been sent through. I mean, why would you not clear the corner with the flash? They tried to slow walk up just down to the seconds, but that's the opportunity that Absol takes.
It's the perfect fight, isn't it? VARREL, they're straight on into Hookah, and they're straight on out of Hookah into the B site. Orbital.
Ooh, Klaus.
To try to clear out the back side. Klaus gets himself the one there onto Eco, and XDL is in all sorts of trouble.
Absol again.
I've got your trail.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to be able to conjure the magic this
remaining.
time around. This round is looking pretty doomed.
Suddenly the dog comes back in over on A site though, and he might just have to run back around.
Ooh.
Kill confirmed.
Yeah, good start. Clears out all of B long. Now going to try and do the job into Hookah as well. Get the information as quickly as they can to rotate over to A. Meanwhile, kill still coming through thick and fast for ZETA.
Still Trying to get the spike down, but it's way too telegraphed at this point. Ooh.
Well, it's LP that's going to try and go forward, and that will not work out either. You can kind of understand in the 3v5, you need to take a risk, you need to try and take a bit of space. It's going to be tough to get the plant down cleanly, but Zuna just deletes Absol. Whiffed shot with that op. Potentially the undoing for Absol, but not the team you'd think. Cinder does well for 2, but here.
Maybe, or you just delay long enough to get the team over. Absol in position to potentially do what he did previously, which is running circles around VARREL. But this time the pit gets involved. A lot of space to be cleared for ZETA.
Bootbot. Causing problems there for Zexy. Throws off the aim, shooter for the 1, but Zuna back in for the refrag, still maintaining the position.
Absol.
He's taking a sweet time about it though. To be fair, you're not too keen to retake into a pit, and Absol will not even come into the picture. He's got to win a 1v4. He started it okay, but surely not. So, might be seeing some shenanigans. Out on the attacking side as well. Absol will be the first to drop, but XDL gets the trade shot. There it is. ZETA trying desperately to hold on to this B site, but VARREL are barreling their way forward, and Zuna's got another one. Eco down. XDL scurrying
I've got your
his
trail.
way across.
Spike planted.
Oh, and the Seeker is kind of revealing. Suna's on the chase, on the pursuit of the back of that Seeker. Meanwhile, XDL's in position.
Yeah. Oh, Sugar Zero also spots the gun barrel, but got the coverage through. XDL is putting together a pretty good round. 3K in it, but you're going to need the ace. You're going to need all 5. Gets the timing perfectly, jumps out of hookah. But to be fair, had no idea, and that is going to be that. VARREL will finish it 13-10. Map 1 goes their way. It was not a super stable win though, Quack, and I think you can very much say, alongside the music, that the game is on.
We'll see Breeze a little bit more in some of the other regions though, but for now, it's just a quick assault into A side off of the fast lane.
Yeah. Zexy's happy to take that space. You've got the fast lane and the Viper wall up. There's a lot of coverage there, but it's not going to keep them alive for long, because ZETA have come back in on that retake. There's a lot of talk, obviously, about Klaus here on the chamber, and he has started well individually, gets himself that 1 kill. Will not be enough necessarily to trouble the scorers on the side of ZETA just yet. But the good news for VARREL is they've got out with the spike at least, so they can maybe play with that.
That's a good word.
That's why they're taking a little bit of time here. They're slowing it down, right? They're adding that element of doubt into the minds of ZETA.
Not that much doubt, because he goes all the way towards the back, hasn't seen anyone cross, and now Klaus revealing himself. Suna's way too low.
Yeah. All right. Viper wall's going to go up. They're going to try and retake middle here, ZETA, and they do a pretty good job of that. Klaus out of the picture early on in the piece. Zexy, though, picking the pace up over towards A, and LP still lurking in mid, but can't cut the rotate off. So VARREL, while they'll get the plant down on A, have lost some pretty significant numbers. Again, are suffering at a deficit. Zexy will try and be the difference maker here. Catches Sugar Zero's attention. Shota, though, not having too many problems on this retake at all. It's all on the shoulders of Zexy, and he's been hitting shots, but you cannot expect that he's going to do it all alone.
Find that counter strike.
Off
Up to the next round, however, and suddenly it's again fast plays out from VARREL, this time into B site.
Oh, this shot from Klaus. Gonna get another chance at it, but Absol hits him with the movement. Sugar Zero and Shooter, though, do go down in that meanwhile, so VARREL get, again, what they want. They get a player advantage on the B site, and they get the plant down.
And to play around it, Absol's starting to make some moves.
Oh, okay, that's a good one, with the flash coming through in the end. Zexy missing a couple of the opening shots. It could have been a big difference maker. VARREL now down to the 3-on-3, but they've got the pit up and in play. Eco trying to play around it. LP out of his own pit. Catches him off guard. Now back in to reset that timer. Absol for the 3rd that he has of the round. He'll need an ace to win it here for ZETA.
Why are we doing that, guys? Oh, it's just a 4K. It's just a quick reaction out from ZETA, but at the end of it, despite getting some space, that panic button pressed, thanks to LP, the little pit that goes down, gives them that much more, I guess, room to work off of. A slight, decision to work around outside of the pit as well just gives him extra vision, but east side where Shota is in position.
Here.
Quite a bit of space being given over to Klaus as well.
Oh, this is cheeky.
It is. Shota just in behind the wall. Going to wait for the perfect time to strike and gets it. Took a few shots, maybe more than he would have liked it to have. It's not the cleanest so far. VARREL starting to come back into this round. Shots from downtown for Absol brings it back to a 2-on-2.
Last player standing.
And Eco also grabbing Klaus. But I mean, Zuna's got a rifle in hand. And he's going to try and get aggressive with 16 seconds on the clock. You won't be expecting that. Eco's going to go down. Now we're back to a 1v1. Nice play from Zuna. He will be able to get a plant as well. Absol creeps up on the right side. But it's been played around nicely so far from Zuna, who doesn't land the shots. Absol saves ZETA this time.
ZETA immediately come in as a duo.
Ooh, Absol on the other side is actually again going to be helped out by Eco for the frag in A main.
Okay.
Not a bad refrag from Cinder, but it's definitely not going to be enough to get VARREL back into this round by any stretch of the imagination. Zuna, one more, and now Zexy another. Hang on a minute. ZETA, surely you can't let this one slip. I mean, the big question mark in this round is Cinder. Where's he going? He could be anywhere at this point.
Take flight.
You never quite know. It's able to find that pinch on towards Absol. This could be everything.
Yep, they're hunting Absol, that's for sure. Cinder locked in on that line, and Zuna's just going to wait. See if Absol will push into him. That will be the case, but Absol still wins the duel.
Down A.
Zuna, no success. Cinder, though, with 20 seconds, he could still manage to pull this one together. He's going to have to be quick. He'll be aware that Absol's more or less stuck in A main. Let's blind him with that paranoia. But the movement gets him. Once again, Absol just styles on Cinder.
And ZETA so far winning most of them. I mean, sick moves, but at the same time, it's, I don't know, the circus of a round. You got multiple little engagements all across the map.
Yeah.
One towards the back of, well, I guess attacker spawn, but it's one where VARREL's still free orb. ZETA has to pick up pace at the B site, and they will.
Absol leading that charge with the fast lane, gets them out. And dealt with Klaus at the back of site, who's just tucked in the corner here, waiting for the peek. Absol, of course, now that he has spotted him, will just slide in on top of him. Zexy out the window, will clear Eco. XDLL is good for the trade. Nice spacing here from ZETA so far. And VARREL are finding it quite difficult to get anything done in the pistol. LP might have had a moment of interest there, but again, the shot's not quite going through as needed, and so ZETA will win a pretty comfortable pistol.
He got dumped through mid doors. Pretty good recognition from VARREL to decide to push in towards A main. They go all the way back around. LP actually managed to spot players out with some sharp shooting. We'll be able to stabilize things for the time being. There's still such a huge gap between round is quite paramount for ZETA though.
Oh, Zexy pushed out of position. Absol on the hunt, catches up with him, but Zexy is the one that strikes first. It's a fake over towards A though. That has very much pulled the rotation off of B, and so ZETA walk in there happily. XDL bites off a little more than he can chew. Eco on the off angle, deleted as well by LP, who's just retaking this site by himself. Sugar Zero's been spotted out in mid as well, and yeah, Shota cannot win the duel either.
Two players already in elevated positions as well.
Yeah, Zexy and Cinder looked pretty well prepared to defend against this one. Cinder making short work of the push through. Zexy will drop, but I think it's job well done. Flash will be a problem. Nice double from Eco. Guessing out on the site. Spike plant can be available here. Gets a upgrade as well. I want to try and take a fight forward. Shock darts causing issues. Snakebite in there as well.
Some initial scouting. Recon still available for Zuna.
Yeah, plants down. They're going to double up. Don't mind that as an idea now that they know that one of them has been spotted, but shots just completely whiffed on both sides.
That, perhaps they have reversed, but it's not really working out against VARREL. Meanwhile, VARREL now shift themselves to a more retake-centric setup. You've got all the utility and the ultimates for it.
Yeah, very heavy retake setup for VARREL, which ZETA have clearly identified. Cinder has gone for a jog around the other side of the map and it's been picked up, so that'll make this retake a little more difficult. 4 on 5 now. LP also suppressed, it's going to cost a bit of time and going to be pushed away. So ZETA looking good to maybe get this to map point, which comes pretty swiftly. So you might be right, Quack. Your faith was not misplaced in the end because
what should be a stakeless match? But here we go.
Ooh, okay. There's a bit of impact. Klaus might get another one. VARREL might not be done just yet. Split out here from ZETA, and you know, if you get some clean entries, maybe there's still something on this one, but that is anything but a clean entry. Zexi's also spotted out XDL coming from the same angle, so the only X factor here is Eco, who is going to be good for one, but no more than that.
Operator, but the position for it, in fact, being able to connect that first one onto the...
I'm hearing a believer.
It's possible.
Possible, okay. Not quite yet. Klaus, luckily, able to just get out of dodge. Cinder, they've not spotted him. He's let one pass, but not two. And then, well, I don't know. Would he have wanted a little bit more out of that position? Maybe. Zexi on the other side of this wall, though, could still cause a real ruckus if that spike is not pushed on into the site quickly. It will be caught in the end by a shot dart from Zuna. Shota just for the one. VARREL holding on for dear life at the moment. It's a missed shot from Klaus, or not even a shot that's delivered at all, and it's an upgrade for Absol, who can't put it to good use. ZETA want to close it out here, and now apparently XDL
I have the spike.
grabs the spike. He's going to push his way back in, see if he can clear out LP. That will not happen. It's all on the shoulders now of Absol. Perfect line to take the op into this fight. The missed shots from Zuna. Couple of tags in there, but not the finishing blow. Absol is obviously going to be able to beat him on the rotate. He's a Neon after all.
As soon as Recon has just come back online, there's still a chance for VARREL to keep this game going.
Well, if this shot connects, but no chance delivered for Absol. Zuna survives. VARREL survives. Teams were in Korea. You'd think, you know, obviously people will turn up for Korean teams. But fans of Japan as well, apparently, as you would say. LP gets a meal in front of him and he can't deal with it. ZETA charging their way into the B site. They're slowed down by Zuna. And you've got that chamber coming across as well. Cinder helping out. Back to the 2-on-2. Oh, Absol. Klaus yet to have an impact. I don't know that he's necessarily been spotted inside that dark cover. Absol's going to pop out and deal with Cinder. Klaus has to save the day. It's a tough one to negotiate. Doubled up. Eco and Absol. Surely going to be good for the trade, and the timing might be good enough as well. He's been spotted out, swaps back over to the rifle. You cannot win that, it's impossible. And ZETA will finish it off 13-9, securing a third map. It's going to be a full 6-map day, and neither of these teams want to be taken down as the team that has not found a win in this group. So to stage 2, every little bit is going to count for teams to have a lot of work to do. Trip's going to be dealt with comfortably, and Klaus in over the top, straight onto the A site. For a quick plant. That's what you're going to get here on Fracture. Fast plays. Zexi deletes Absol, takes him out of the picture early on in the piece, and well, VARREL not off to a bad start. Happy to play for the retake here.
Oh my God.
ZETA have essentially kind of just walked their way onto the site, but they're going to find it a little bit more difficult now that DP's starting to come across. It's halfway through. Zuna going to finish off Shota. Flash coming through as well, and unfortunately for ZETA, it just feels like there's really not much of a chance in this round at all. I mean, you have a molly now on top of the bomb. Okay, Zexi happy to move quickly towards that B site once again. Will be followed up by the rest of the team, but goes straight into a cage or two, and so position given away will be an easy one for XDL. Sugar Zero and XDL though do drop on the entry from VARREL in the end, and it's just so tough to defend on this map.
Yeah. Everything's so fast as well when it's these two teams right now.
Yeah. Well, this is the perfect VARREL map, honestly, now that I'm watching a little bit more of it, but we'll see whether or not that remains to be true. They are locking in this round comfortably by the looks of things. Eco with a nice shot there onto Klaus, but not expecting the double up there from LP. It's a little bit of a faster style from your smokes as well, as opposed to something like an Omen. So both teams going to be really leaning into that quicker pace for the most part, at least in terms of how the hits play out. Just going to be punchy. Klaus waiting for some kind of re-aggression here from ZETA.
Be right back.
Actually going to get it. It was a bit of an awkward timing maybe, but still actually manages to convert a kill. Zexy trying to chase XDL down. The cage though, boy, it just completely throws his aim off, and ZETA have somehow swindled around out of nowhere. Sugar Zero's got 4.
The set plans and executes. They actually did so much work. Free kill onto the Outlaw. Some, lines out the zip line, you go back around, you actually have amazing entries with the relay bolt, but into the actual fight itself, it's a stinger and the classic right click.
I mean, it's one way to win your first round on the map. I'm not sure it's enough to necessarily convince me that you're going to have a stellar defense here. Convergent paths out, though. Hasn't really resulted in a whole lot. It's a 1-for-1. Now VARREL starting to, once again, take matters into their own hands. The flash might try to slow them down a little bit, but LP will drop anyway. Rotate's come across to this A site completely, though, and VARREL are not interested.
ZETA hears the footsteps, however, and perhaps through some slight timings, they might just be able to come back around on a surprise flank if VARREL are not wise to it. The trips can slow things down. And there you go. Not much util left as well.
Yeah, but there's going to be plenty of time to get that plan and get a post plan set up. In fact, Cinder's going to try to push the issue. Does give up his life to XDL, which is going to make this retake a little bit easier for ZETA. It sets up for the neural theft quite perfectly, actually. Easy body.
Player standing.
Struggling now as Klaus is dealt with, and there's nowhere for Zuna to go. He was try a different approach this time through Sand. It might be a multi-sweep from ZETA, and you'd think that should work out. It's actually not as clean as it could have been. Cinder for the double on the back end, pulls it back to a 2-on-2. Now Eco is going to try and activate late in the round. You wouldn't be expecting another player over towards A, but indeed there is one, and his name is Eco for the double.
One left.
Then he pushed down into Sand. Sugar Zero's alone, but he's trying to block it off. All the rotations in now.
XTLL will be the first one on the chopping block this round. Shota getting his 1.
Spike down A.
One is not quite what he'd have been looking for, but still, it's better than nothing. VARREL doing a lot with a little, though. They've only got a few sheriffs to work with, and that seems like it might well be enough. Convergent paths. It's not
30
quite
seconds left.
going to be converted.
Here we go.
Absol dealt with. What a shot from LP! And Klaus in with another. Got a fast flank coming actually through here from Shota, so if they take a little bit too long, they're going to get stabbed in the back, but Zexy pushing his way forward. Dislodges Sugar Zero. That's going to start to make the inroads that they need. Shota, though, as mentioned, comes in behind, catches Zuna. Now XDLL, not quite in for 2, but doing enough to keep this one looking stable for ZETA. Shota is doing what he does best, and that is dispatching of heads. Oh, LP's doing the same! What? Out of nowhere! The 4K from LP plucks him out of the air.
That's amazing! A round that looks incredibly chaotic, definitely.
I mean, I
smokes all around.
I thought that was a wrap for ZETA, like, come on.
Yeah.
1v3 though, fundamental mistakes here. They take 1v1 peaks.
True that.
I
mean, I guess he didn't think that he was going to be spotted, but the showstopper at the end, every stay of the week. There we go. That's the VARREL that we've been wanting to see this entire season.
Yeah, and it might have been a real spanner in the works here for ZETA. I mean, look at the money. They're down to some weaker weapons, and they've already lost a player. Absol is in the thick of it at the moment.
Okay, knock someone up into the air. Some control over the site.
Oh, hey, hang on. It's all happening now, Quack. 2 from Absol. As he ducks away behind that smoke. Sugar Zero with the stinger, and now Absol for 3. VARREL, they might not quite cross the T, dot the I, finish off this half with the round that they want.
Ooh, you've got 1 minute.
Do have time.
Go over to A.
Well, not really an option anymore, just has to win the fight and can't. 2 players, too many.
How does VARREL's composition work on the defense?
It's a big question, isn't it? I think maybe for Absol and Shota as well, it'll be a little bit more freedom on the attack that they might appreciate. Shota looking to try and take that and run with it, but he has just run straight into a breach. So what are you going to do? Die, really, is the answer. And ZETA looking pretty good to start this pistol off.
Well, you die and you run across over the B site. Maybe you get the spike down and just call it a day.
Sugar still trying to make some noise, pull a bit of info, and he's done a pretty good job of pulling a distraction through, but Cinder's still over on this B side, so that'll have to be dealt with. Flash goes through, everybody's blind. Absol recovers better. And it does a pretty nice job. There might be something in this one. It's a good crossfire established for the ZETA players, Eco and Absol. It's really slowed VARREL down. They were coming charging back into this B site, but now they are going to try and play it a little bit more methodically. Jump spot confirms the information that they haven't really progressed too far forward. Absol
Stuns back.
is on the alternate side of this peak, and he'll get one, Eco the other, and ZETA somehow recover. Has brought VARREL predominantly across the A. You've still got Cinder over there keeping an eye on B. You can't hit Absol. That's impossible. He's back and forth, and he's in your face, and he's got two. Klaus now trying to salvage on the other side of the site. It's also not going to go well. But LP continues to frag, but maybe it's just a little too late.
Yeah, you would think. Still some util online, though, but then suddenly ZETA takes control over the situation.
Forces Sugar Zero out. Now 2 more to find. Flashing his way forward into sand, doesn't see anything.
Only just down to the spike where, oh, really? Rolling Thunder?
I guess so. Let's him get the half.
Yeah, if he has it, why not?
Blinding.
LP, you know, low-key kind of making this one a bit interesting. If he hits a shot here, hang on. Time's ticking, peeks through, he goes dead! How has he won that?
Ace.
Oh my god, that's absolutely wild. The entire crowd is just electric over this. How is it that it's the last game of the season that they absolutely deliver this?
Mate, this guy is the only reason right now that VARREL is looking competitive on this map.
Oh my god. Had it halved. Lands the shot.
To either side, and it's going to be a B hit straight up from ZETA. The showstopper totally unnecessary.
Yeah, full retake setup for VARREL, but if you're able to clip someone, which doesn't happen.
Now it's about the delay game as far as ZETA is concerned, but bear in mind, like you said, there's a couple of ultis online. There's one for Armageddon, and unfortunately things again not quite playing out the way you'd want them to for VARREL. That has gone very wrong.
Come on.
Suna, forgot what team he was on maybe for a second there, but it's all good. 5 on 3, maybe still recoverable here for VARREL. They've got the half at the very least. That's something, but it's not enough. Are completely surrounded, but XDL might be able to find a cheeky timing out from B main as well. It's trying to start taking the site. Pushing their way forward. Zexy smoked off. Plant is going to be secured. So the 4 on 5 ensues for ZETA here as they now try to hold off against the retake, and Sugar Zero has a big job to do in that department. How does he get away with 2 there? That needs to be traded by Zuna. A little bit of a mishap now for VARREL as ZETA start to pull themselves ahead in this round. LP and Zexy have to conjure somewhat of a miracle, and if anyone's going to do it, it probably will be LP, but he's just not being given the fights that he wants. He's been given space, but he hasn't seen anybody, and the longer this goes, the worse it'll get. There's one for LP. Tap on the spike from Zexy, but they know time is going to be too much of a factor, and so they're going to get out. Or maybe they're not.
Oh, what a position from Shota. Oh no. Now Sugar Zero as well.
They falling to rotate across.
More noise.
Oh, Klaus in and out. Oh, Shoto's going to be pushed out of position, but gets out okay for now, and the re-aggression onto Cinder is going to be too much to deal with, so XDL starts the proceedings. Shoto will follow up as well, and it seems as though ZETA are on their victory lap now. This will be their 12th. LP has fought so hard for this map, but he's just not getting the help he needs.
Still have a lot of flashes and everything to launch the assault, but the spike, not a full commitment.
Ooh.
He slipped in.
Yeah. Shota's got so much space.
VARREL's relaying this information over as well. That's why I got two players still hovering around, ending back up on A.
It's awkward though. Like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You've got to watch both angles, right? And
left.
now ZETA are starting to make their hit on A. They've, still got to worry about Shota. He's now spotted LP out, but Klaus
Spike
catches Shota, back turned. LP did drop in the meanwhile, so ZETA happy still with the proceedings of 4-on-4 in the post plan here. It should be enough to get this over the line, finish off VARREL finally. One last time, Sugar Zero brings it down to 2. It's just Zuna and Cinder alive, and they are not even finding any inroads in onto the site. Zuna got a couple, but of course it's not enough. 13 on the board. ZETA Division have their first win of the season in their last game of the season, and unfortunately VARREL will be the team to walk away winless in this group.
The trend continues, man. I don't know what to say.